Hey guys, Stover with the T here. For this episode, we're going to go over those questions from yesterday's activity, and we're talking about ancient civilizations in America. So, like the first people to get here. And one of the questions on here is, why did they come to America and why did they stop? People were nomads then, and a nomad is somebody who just packs up and goes basically where the food is. And they are hunters and gatherers. And they stopped because they started doing something different with food, which leads us to question number 3. How did the cultures become different from one another? So the cultures became different because they started having different beliefs. They started having different laws, and they started having different customs that they were... People started to split up into groups instead of just hunting and gathering in one big group. Some people were like, wait, I don't know if I want to do this, or wait, I want to do this differently. And around this time, these people started farming, and farming really led to a development for them. So if I look at number 4, number 4 is, what is a nomadic hunter and gathering society? We already talked about that. Number 3, how did the innovation of farming affect societies? When you farm and you plant seeds in the ground, even here, okay, we go to Birch Seed and Trey buys the seed and we plant it in the ground. You have to wait for the corn or the beans or whatever it is to grow. And they realized that too. If they were going to move away from hunting and gathering and they were going to go to farming, one, they needed to be by good soil, and they needed to be by water. And 2, they were going to have to settle down a little bit. So farming, the innovation of farming led to them building homes, because they decided that if we're going to farm, we know it's going to take time for this to grow, and we're going to have to be a little more patient. Farming also led to like trading. So they would grow crops, other people would grow different things, and then, they would trade. The farming also moved to, which you guys didn't read this yesterday, but getting a little ahead here, but farming also led to like domestication. So once they realized, we don't have to work so hard, we can plant this and then not have to move for a while, they decided to keep animals. Because when you're nomadic, you can't travel with animals like that daily, and that was hard to do. So the societies really just started to develop and culturally change. One invention of the Maya people? Pyramids and temples. They started those. What is a theocracy? So a theocracy on your vocab card says they worship like the sun, the moon, and the stars. That's true. They do worship sun, the moon, and the stars, but they believe in like gods and goddesses. And they still had priests. So priests were in charge, and they used to listen to one person. And if this guy says, we're being looked down upon by the gods or goddesses, or because you don't have a plentiful crop because the gods and goddesses are mad at you, and you're not worshiping hard enough, you're not worshiping the sun and the stars hard enough. So that's it was still led by a person, and they just kind of believed like this person had all the answers, and gods and goddesses worked through them. What was the capital of the Aztec Empire? When was it founded? So the Aztec society, they were warriors, and they were known for being warriors. And when I think of this, I just think of like ruthless men and maybe some women that just go in and they take what they want. And that's what the Aztec Empire, that's what it makes me think of. Ruthless men that just go in and take what they want. So they had, they found their capital in 1325. Sorry, look at my notes here. Okay, what was the language of the Inca Empire? And I believe that was Quechua. Not sure how to speak that, but I'm going to try and figure it out. Okay, so ancient America cultures. You knew more than you thought you knew. And what we're going to move on from this point of studying these is we're going to move into the domestication and what happened once these societies started to settle down. Of course, you can imagine, once they settle down, people are disagreeing. They don't agree with this law. We don't agree with this. And then what happens from there? War, baby. War. All right, that's all with Stover with the T for today, and catch you later.